by turning and turning, we'll come round right. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend we will not be restrained. To turn and to turn, it will be our delight. And by turning and turning, we'll come round right.
Thank you. This is Audacious Raw Theater. This is our 5th year and our first year here at Eagle Bluff. We are so grateful. I am so grateful. I'm Katie Glynn. I'm the founder of Audacious Raw Theater, and we have a beautiful crew that's been working with us this week. I'm going to quick do Jerome York. Yay! Cincinnati. Aurelia Clutie in from Chicago. Dominique Jones in from Rochester, Minnesota. Eric Carranza from St. Paul. Penelope Walker from Chicago. Given here that we wrote them down instead of me testing my memory. We are made possible by the voters of Minnesota, which so many of you are. And a grant from the Southeastern Minnesota Arts Council, thanks to legislative appropriation of arts and cultural heritage. We also thank Eagle Bluff. This is an amazing gift. Our artistic home, Lanesboro Arts. Joe and Mary Bell. And to the Lakota and the Ho-Chunk and the unnamed peoples who have been here long, long before us and whose spirits will unite with ours long, long after. But there's no campfire. And tonight we're going to start with storytelling. The seeds of this story were planted by Joe and Mary Bell. Stories become iterations and iterations. We hope we do it justice. We'll see. story of an eagle. It was a frigid Saturday morning in January. My husband went out toward the river, and on a branch with pristine stillness, there was an eagle. So still. He thought it was dead. The next day, skiing back out on the ice floe was the eagle, spread eagle. And he thought it was dead. The next day, because he could not traverse the icy waters, he went back to recover its body. And there it was, on the shore. You picked it up, and you held it in your arms like a baby. We received it, and an hour later, it released its spirit. We must care for the land. Lead poisoning is what led to its demise. With time, maybe lead poisoning will shift into something else. Into ammunition that's from recycled things, and it will drive the money barrier down, and people will crave to use that instead of the lead. Maybe. In time. But first, we just have to give it space in our hearts.
May I show you something? It will require you to give over to your inner joy so that we all can revel in your inner joy. Please raise your right hand. Great. I'm going to demonstrate this first to do it for yourself, and then I'd like to demonstrate it so that you can do it with a partner if you feel comfortable. This is what I like to call a heart shake. I like to ask myself in the morning if I've had my heart shaked yet. Sometimes it's not until the evening or the afternoon or a year later. So while we have our right hands raised, let's pledge to ourselves that we'll keep our hearts shaking for ourselves, for the delight of others. Yes. She's alive. The only thing you need to do now is feel your heartbeat and just start shaking the skin so that it moves over your sinew. You feel that? You can put some breath into it if you want to, or not breath, but yes, yes, breath, yes, breath, yes, breath. But what I really mean is vibration. And if you want a little bit more, now this is a different kind of shake, which means that it's okay to change. Now, instead of stopping, let it leave. Now, if you have a partner, find a partner. If you don't have a partner, that's okay. You now know how to be with yourself. So if you have a partner, please join your partner. Stand up and face them face to face. Ooh, this is awesome. 3. We'll do 3. Face each other. Great. Oh yeah, back up. Good. If there's 3 of you, you can also do this. Cool. Okay. We would just be in this, like this. Okay. It'll become. Okay. So, raise your right hand. Put it in front of your partner's heart, but not on it. Great. See if you have space to extend. If you have space to extend your arms. Oh, I love you guys. Great. And now just energetically feel your partner's heart. Your heart is beating already. Thank goodness. Yeah. Now all you need to do is, oh, actually, I want to do this first. Sorry. Wow, this is important. Okay, put your right hand over the place that you want your partner to place it. Oh. So now, partner, respect that. Okay? That is where you are allowed to place your hand. Okay, right hand up, right hand out. Now lean into each other. And as you wish, shake the skin over the sinew of your partner. Just shake and let it leave.
Steve's vibrating all over the place. How are you feeling? You feel vibrating. Hilarious.
Great. Now you know how to be with yourself and others.
We weren't giggling.
I'm a big.
Quiet.
This doesn't mean that thanks goes away.
What? The thanks goes
Oh, of course. Of course.
Yeah.
At least once in any given lifespan, most of us have been called silly, crazy, immature, or just plain simply called out for not fitting into the squared-off definition of adulthood. Let the light in on the situation. Notice how the shadows of deceit leak from the pores of responsibility to the point that the closest thing to a sense of duty is that of which plops in the toilet. Now let's take a poll. How many of you laughed because that's where silliness took you? How many of you scoffed because you're trying to detain the inner child within you? How many of you chuckled out loud or even in your mind because within your matured bones, play chimes there in you? Play. A concept where imaginations replaced the PlayStations. Playing Princess was more than just a way to express, but was also the key to success. Things were something known as simple. Simply heroic. Simply friendship. Simply be. And just by simply being who we wanted to be, we were always simply learning. If we weren't, how else would we take on the monsters under our beds? Or even the ones we created in our own heads? We grew up with the ideals in mind that we would eventually change ourselves like we would change our clothes. And just as though we were characters in a video game, we swap out our blanket of sweet dreams, our crown of creative royalties, and our cape of awesomeness. Our rare items for the common suit of adulthood. And somewhere along this transition, we gained the perks of bills and taxes, buried underneath the pounds of boredom, and then, while in a childlike tantrum, we have the nerve to ask ourselves, where did our childhood go? It's like a joke we tell ourselves and then take too far, by saying we can achieve more by parting with memories of days before. Then, in my mind, if we want to afflate the world, it takes more than just wisdom and intellect, but also wisdom and creativity. It's within a learning mind and a nurtured heart that we discover where and which the soul resides. In a state of harmony, like yin and yang, where we let our adult tantrums be that of creativity and not of frustration, true understanding. True understanding is reached when you grab that whiteboard and start brainstorming in rainbows, because each part of you, from your maturity to your impurities to the time you wanted to make yourself have telepathy, are all their own colors within a rainbow. And let's face it, no one wants to see it go to waste. Truth be told, just before the pandemic struck, the world revolved round and round while our minds were tied and bound to the candlelit dinners of our screens, where we were spoon-fed others' highlight reels and syrupy sweets of dreams preferred, not lived.
Power on. Commence screen time. On this day, you will use about 300 feet of digital content. You will scroll through 300 feet of digital content. On this day, you will forget how to operate without this. On this day, you will spend 3.5 hours on your smartphone. On this day, it will take you 23 minutes to focus after an interruption. Commence pandemic mode.
Then, in a year full of lockdowns and holdups, moving, crossing state lines, clashing states of mind, breathless waiting, and craving answers, safety, reassurance, the hum of normalcy, we fell deeper. Seeking in all the wrong places, a manufactured, approximated rhythm for life, in the television's buzz, the tinny, digitized voice of a loved one, the flattened image of a newborn squirming, look at us. Worn out bodies crouched over the cool hearth. desperate to connect. Yellow light filters no longer able to fill the warmth of a heart. So blue light beacons spark like flares to remind them that you're still there. Comment here, like to care, host a birthday party in squares, whatever you need to survive hard times, and broadcast, I'm fine. Take your time. Can we touch our hearts enough to let our rage sing its melody and be heard in a way that our souls can call our bodies home?
Retrace your steps.
No need to power level in the digital grind, for ease will
We'll
find you.
And remind you how to do this.
I know we just did a piece about technology, but it is my prerogative to break the rules. And I'm breaking the rules because I actually wrote this poem on my iPhone here at Eagle Bluff. As some and many of you know, I'm a huge fan of Emily Dickinson. If I can start one heart waking, I shall not live in vain. If I can inspire one artist painting, my work as a muse is done. And in that work repeated, another heart shall be won. Over and over again, like water captured momentarily in a waterfall, it will flow ever onward, nourishing the ones who drink and desire to know. So go, run, walk, or be slow. Your heart waking is there for the taking. A small, gentle shaking is all it takes, and with it the world reverberates